What's happening? It's your boy R. Dot back with another one. You dig? Let's get straight into it, baby. Boom. All right, man. You know what? I'm gonna keep this one cut, dry, straight to the point. You dig? You gotta learn how to let people crash and burn. You dig? And when I say you gotta learn how to let people crash and burn, it's because you gotta sometimes let people think that they maneuvering like they got this master plan, you know what I mean, disguised, you know what I mean, like they got this evil, diabolical, smart plan because they're your arch nemesis to let them crash and burn. Because 9 times out of 10, you don't move with the intent of being malicious. You don't move with the intent of being fake. You don't move with the intent of manipulating, any situations. 9 times out of 10, you show as your authentic self. You rock with people that you rock with, and you don't rock with people that you don't rock with. That's just how you coming. You know what I mean? You're not going to force nothing. If you don't like a person, you just stay away from them. You're not the type of person to try to, make their life hard. You're not the type of person to try to stop them from what they're trying to do. You know what I mean? You're not the type of person to be like, if they feel like they shine, you're not the type of person to be like, I'm gonna stop them from shining. You're not the type of person to be like, I don't like that they're smiling, so I'm gonna try to figure out a way to take that smile off their face. That's not how you operate. You operate, from a different kind of like, morale, so to speak. And I'm talking about my ones on here, my real ones. You know what I mean? My day ones, my chosen ones, the ones that, you know what I mean, they move with a certain type of code. I'm talking to you, those type, because I'm that type. You feel me? You got to learn to let people crash and burn. Because one thing about a game, you know what I mean, you got to play the game for them to win the game. How can somebody win a game that you're not playing? You better stop playing the game. You got to let people crash and burn. And 9 times out of 10, a lot of the narratives that they're trying to paint, or the schemes, or the ditch that they're digging for you, they fall into. The narrative that they're trying to get painted on you ends up becoming the narrative that they expose of themselves. Because a lot of the times when a person is trying to do something to somebody, like let's just say that a person see that you nice, right? You're a very nice, giving, loving person. They'll try to paint the narrative that you're just this stingy, evil, bad person. So what they do is they go up and beyond to expose you, so to speak. You feel me? But 9 times out of 10, that what ends up happening is that they end up being seen as the person they're trying to paint you out to be. You know what I mean? Like, let's just say that somebody tried to step on you or for a job or whatnot, and they just do the evil thing. Whatever they feel they have to do to, to make you look bad to get it. 9 times out of 10, even if they do get it, everybody starts to recognize them and see them for who they are. You know what I mean? So you don't ever, and I'm saying this because this is coming from a place of doing. I used to do this. I used to really try to, and I used to really go out of my way. And every time that I tried to go out of my way to prove something that I thought that I can show them, I end up looking like the person that I'm trying to expose. You dig? So let them crash and burn. Continue being your authentic self. Continue showing up as your authentic self. And I guarantee you, they will crash and burn. They always do. And when I've been handling things from that aspect and been, you know what I mean, like doing those type of things, that's when I started noticing the mirror. Like, okay, now I see what I was doing. Now I see how I was moving, now I see how it easily bounces back towards you. You know what I mean? Especially if you don't even vibrate like that. You don't even vibrate like that, but you're trying to get people to see. Don't get nobody to see anything that they cannot see. If they cannot see it, then that's the vibration that they're vibrating on, and that is exactly how they need to see it. You can't make them see it. That's how they, so let them crash and burn. Sit back, fall back. Don't try to prove no point. Especially when somebody starts something. Just sit back and watch them crash and burn, big dog. Sit back and watch it burn, sis. Just sit back and watch them crash and burn. You know what I mean? Because it takes too much energy, to do negative. But it's what we're so used to because of you could say trauma. Maybe you can look at it like that. You can look at it as trauma, or because we're trained to be this way. Why is it so hard to be positive but so easy to be negative? And I probably said that wrong because it's so hard to be negative, but what I meant was the opposite. It's so hard to be positive. Why is it so hard to be positive? The reason why it's so hard to be positive, because it holds the mirror and it makes us, self-reflect. It makes us see the things that we're hiding. And we're living in a society to where, you have to be damn near perfect. You know what I mean? Look at social media, for example. They got all these filters and they got all this, so you can basically be an avatar. You can basically be an avatar if you want to be. Think about it. You got all these filters. That's why everybody be saying, man, whenever you meet one of these girls off of IG that always using them filters, when you meet them in person, you like, what the hell? You know what I mean? So it's so easy to hide who you really are. And it's accepted to hide who you really are when people really know. But because everybody is in this energy of, fake it to make it, hiding and go along to get along, and, all those type of narratives, is accepted when a person even know that you cap. It's accepted when a person even know that you're not who you supposed to be. That's more acceptable than showing up as your authentic self. So it's hard to be, and those are the reasons why it's hard to be positive. That's why it's so hard to be real, But once you master that, being real and showing up as your authentic self, and knowing that everything that honestly and truly that is attracted to you is honestly and truly supposed to be in your life. And that's a beautiful thing. All those things. I'm telling you, man. And people don't understand that. How many people in relationships that don't even serve them? How many people are hanging around people that don't mean them no good? How many people are selling their, morals and standards and values, for $1? How many people are doing all these things that go against who they really truly are, to fit in or to make it or whatever? You know what I'm saying? So I know I kind of got off subject. I know, like I tend to, you know what I mean? But basically, man, whenever you get to a certain level in being comfortable and confident in who you are, you don't mind sitting back and watching them and letting them crash and burn, because you know that they always do. One, they trying to win a game that you've been stopped playing. And two, they're going to realize who they're trying to paint you out to be is who they actually are. You dig? But I'm going to leave it right there, man, because I can keep going on and on and on about this topic, and I'm going to let you go because you know how I do. I talk your head off. But it's Friday. You know what I'm saying? You dig? About to kick it. But make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. Maybe it's something that I said was confirmation to something that you said, or maybe you know that somebody need to hear this. Either way it goes, man, don't be stingy with the content. You dig? But it's your boy R. Dot back with another one. You dig? Over and out, baby. Boom!